morning. Thanks for tuning in to another daily conversation about situations in everyday life. So let's talk about it. So today I'm feeling very thankful. Last night here in Georgia, we had a crazy thunderstorm. Power went out and kids were running, flooding in my room. And it was just like, okay. I'm like, why are y'all in here? They're all scared. The thunder is frightening to them. And I'm just sitting here looking at us like, wow. Like, weather, simple weather can bring a sense of fear that forces you to want to be together. And just that thought came to me, like, why should it take disaster? Why should it take something fearful for you to want to flock to your loved ones? Why can't we want to flock to our loved ones on a regular basis? Why can't we want to just enjoy our loved ones on a regular basis? Why does it always have to be something traumatic that brings us together? I'm thankful that occurred to remind me, because as a parent, sometimes you just want your space. Your kids are always in your face. They're always mommy, 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 daddy, daddy. So it's like when you get a little time, your room is kind of like your little space. They got their room, you got your room, you got the common area, the living room. But when you're in your room, you kind of want that time. And our kids, we don't really get our room. They're always in our space. But yesterday, when they all flocked in here due to fear, it was like a feeling where I didn't want them to leave, because I saw that they were scared. I wanted to comfort them. I want to experience that feeling more, even though it's very annoying to have them in my room every minute and they're like, oh, mommy, and I want my little peaceful time. I'm thankful for those moments when they do, and I want to enjoy the times when they're wanting that without the fear added to it. So that experience yesterday for me kind of just opened up my eyes to that and wanting to appreciate moments more than looking at it as a stressful burden. It's hard sometimes because you just want a second, like a minute, a moment to just your thoughts. And a lot of us that ended up having kids early in life, and you didn't really get that time to tap into yourself and figure out who you are, especially if you're kind of a person that been through a lot of trials and valleys in life. It's like you kind of become like an underdog, right? You have all of these obstacles in your way that's causing you not to soar. And, you're kind of like just there brewing, just there like nurturing and pedaling. But you just need that alley-oop. You just need that little, jump on a trampoline to just spring you up. And it's like because of depression, because of hurt, because of lack of confidence and all of these energies that keep us down, you just can't get that boost. You can't spring up, right? So I'm looking at what are the ways that we can get to spring up, right? What are ways that we can find ourselves in these places, but find a way to spring up? I think the first key is to identify that you're even there. Identify that you're in a rut, that you're in a valley, that you're down and out, right? And I think sometimes when people do things to hurt us, when someone can you find yourself being vulnerable to someone, but they end up using that opportunity to kind of like tell you what they really feel. You'll find yourself feeling like I'm a punching bag, feeling like you just broke me down to my lowest, right? You have two choices with that. It's either it's going to break you and keep you broken and you will never spring up, or it's going to become that battery in your back that's going to allow you to spring up. And, I recently had an experience that was like a battery, it was like a recharge that just kind of like, okay, we understand that you're feeling down. We understand that these things are going on. But what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there or are you going to spring up? Right? So my thing to you today is just spring up, guys. Just figure out a way to just pick yourself up out of that. If you don't know how to, communicate with someone that you can trust so that they can even speak life into you if that's what you need. Communicate with someone that you know is going to tell you the truth. Because maybe you need that battery put in your back. You need someone to tell you that, sweetheart, you have not been doing what you think you've been doing. You are not a nice person. You need someone to tell you the truth. Because you walk around here like, I'm tooty and my crap don't stink and no. You need someone that's going to sit you down, put that mirror in front of your face and tell you to look at yourself. Check yourself. See what's going on. See what you're really dishing out. Are you really giving out the energy that you're trying to receive? Are you really, operating in your fullness? Are you really operating in a happy place, or are you operating in a hurt place, right? So for me, it's just like when you see these things that keep you down, don't stay there. Find a way to spring up. Reach out. If you can't do it on your own, find help to help you spring up. Because especially if you have children around you, when you're in those ruts, do believe that you are affecting them because they're watching you in that rut. You're confusing them because they don't understand what's going on with you because you're not even communicating. And sometimes you find yourself communicating in a harsh way. You're not really like my daughter came in the other day and she's like asking me to get her something. And I'm telling her, okay, I got you. And she doesn't understand. I'm telling her I got you. I know it's already in my cart. I'm just waiting to order it, right? Obviously, can't order it until you got your dollars to order. All right, payday's in a couple days, I'm going to order it then. For her, it's like, I asked you, you're not ordering it. All because I'm saying I got you. She had to articulate to me, Mom, all you need to do is communicate and tell me what it is that you're doing. If I'm waiting for a week or I'm waiting, just tell me so that I know not to ask you. And at first I'm like, did she just try to check me? But then I'm like, she's right, because I'm just telling her, and she's old enough now, and we don't understand how smart our kids are and how much they kind of like, they want to make us proud. Most kids want to make us proud until they get to a point where they're not happy with who we are. And that's when you get the combativeness between parents and kids and all that kind of thing. But most kids, for the most part, when they're little, they want to make us happy. They want to make us proud. They don't want to see us sad, right? So when they get to the point where they can understand certain things, it is our job to articulate and communicate with them. Because if we don't do it, they're not going to learn how to, right? So I've been like really digging into helping my kids learn how to communicate, especially after COVID. The only way they know how to communicate is via texting or making their fingers twiddle and write something to someone. I want you to use your words, right? So they're learning how to do that now. And now that they're learning how to use their words, they're challenging me back, because sometimes when I get into my ruts, it's like, I don't want to put that burden on the kids. I'm not trying to tell them what's going on in this way or that. And you don't have to go into full detail, but just let them understand, even to the point where sometimes I take my kids to the supermarket and I let them look at that register and look at how much money it costs so that they understand, don't waste food. Because this is what we spend. Every time you see mommy or daddy going to the supermarket, this is the kind of money we drop in just to keep y'all fed. So don't waste food. So a lot of times it's not about, you don't need to have them in your business. It's about letting them understand the responsibilities of life, letting them understand what it's taking to keep this engine running so that they can appreciate it more. Because these kids nowadays, they got 4 TVs in the house, so they got all TVs on, all the lights on, and you're not realizing that all that's doing is making the bills go up. right? They don't know that. All they know is that they chilling. They watching TV. My son, he has this thing where he tries to do these little hacks on his game. So his little game TV is in one side of the room, and then you have another TV that's on another side of the room. And he has the other TV on the other side of the room watching some hack stuff while he's sitting there trying to do it. So he got 2 TVs running at the same time. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, Mommy, I'm working on this thing. And to him, he's looking at it like I'm watching it over there and I'm watching it over there. He's not looking at it like that's electricity that you're burning. You need to have one TV on. When you say it to him, it's like, I'm speaking Spanish. He's like, what are you talking about? The TV works. There's nothing wrong with it. It can turn on. Yes, but when I showed them, I said, look, since you guys have been home, I've gone from spending $3 a day in light to now $10 a day in light. They're like, oh my gosh. Okay, we got to turn this out. We have to. Now they're cautious. And it's all because I shared that information with them. So sometimes we as parents, we don't like to overshare certain things with our kids, but there's some things that we should share so that it'll teach them appreciation. It'll teach them a sense of responsibility. And I think that will help us out a little bit more in the home, because that's what I do. That's what I realize is helping me out, because now I hear my daughter out there while I'm in my room working. I'll hear one of my daughters saying to the little one, hey, turn the lights off because the light bill is going to be too high. Now that you've articulated that to them, now when your back is turned, everyone is focused on making sure that the lights are not all on at the same time. And all that took was communication. So sometimes when we think that it's best to just keep everything in and just not share, I look at my kids and my family. We're all a team. We're all in here working together. We're all in here, living life, going through life together. It is not just mine and Daddy's responsibility to keep this shit afloat. You guys have to carry your weight as well. Once you get to a certain age, I'm not cleaning your room, but I'm going to check it and make sure that it's cleaned every day. I'm still going to wash your clothes, but I'm going to separate this laundry and you're going to fold your laundry out so that you start to learn a sense of when you get on your own. You think you're going to be bringing laundry to me to do your laundry? No. And I better not come to your house and see clothes all over the place and your house is dirt, because I didn't raise you that way. But when you don't put in the work, that's what you get. And I refuse to have my kids go out into adulthood and not have the tools. So the key for me is once they get to a point when they can understand certain things, it's my job to start to articulate certain things to them so that they can learn how to operate in life, starting at a young age, because they're learning so much from TikTok and YouTube and all these things, different platforms that they're learning things from. And it can be a little bit too much, but sometimes they do get some good things, and it's for us as parents to just guide them in the information that they're hearing or finding or stumbling across, right? So with that being said, getting ready to go out today and just prepare for the weekend, I want you all to just be thankful. Be thankful that you made it to this Friday. Be thankful that the sun is out. We got wildfires up in Canada and over in Greece right now, and it's insane. But here in Georgia, I can actually say the skies are still a little gloomy, but I am happy. The sun is out. I'm feeling good, and I'm thankful on this beautiful day. And I want you all to feel that energy as you go out in the day. Be blessed and continue to strive to be the best version of you.